Look at it, mess it. Okay. Take a bite and see what's gonna happen. Take a. You're not my kid, but I'll hit you. Mira. Look at it, mess it. Okay. That's right. Look at what? There's no sugar here. Let me flip it over. Look at it like that. No, que no. And they find the alcohol everywhere. You can't have a party without us drinking. You don't know. We show up for it. Hey, is your son here? What house is it? What number is that? Oh, but he's living in the red house. The other one, fucker, I told you the red one. What's up with me? This happened to you. Did you ever drive to a smelly area with somebody you don't know that well? Not really anybody else. You know what I'm talking about? You're on a first date, drama. She cut the cheese on a first date. Maybe I should say something about it in case she thinks it's me. Hey, how about that sewage treatment plant around here? Oh no, I hard. Look at you, look at me like you don't fart. Don't comment on it. Mr. Man, does she fart? You can tell us. Come on, she put your head in the covers to give you a Dutch oven. Always the ones that deny. You'll be under there. Let me out! Honey, I did a fluffy. How long you been together? Not together? She's farting already? Women usually hold it in for 5 years. Don't you, ladies? How do you do that? It's a biological thing. It must be a big buildup. You gotta let go.
Ah. Simple random sample of size 1 and selecting one official at random because the probability of selecting one person is to remain the same in both cases. Game of Keno. 20 balls are selected at random from 80 balls numbered 1 through 80. Game of Keno. 20 balls are selected at
bias,
bias.
bias,
Bias.
under coverage. Affluent.
Affluent. Affluent. Affluent. Affluent. Affluent. Response bias. When the behavior of the interviewer or respondent results in accurate responses, we have response bias. When the behavior of the interviewer or respondent results in inaccurate responses, we have response bias. Explain why a survey Explain why a survey question, "Do you smoke marijuana?" might result in response bias. Provide some additional survey situations that might be conducive to response bias. Provide some additional factors that might lead to response bias. Provide some additional factors. 시원해. Highlight. Systematic random sampling. Systematic random sampling, simple random sampling, simple random sampling, systematic, systematic. Systematic random sampling. 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 Cluster sampling. Cluster sampling.
avid, avid, resent, resent, res- resent, resent,
And then sampling is done from each stratum. Ideally, the members of each stratum should be homogeneous relative to the characteristic under consideration. In stratified sampling, the strata are often sampled in proportion to their size, which is called the proportional allocation. Procedure 1.3 presents a step-by-step method for implementing stratified sampling with proportional allocation. Divide the population into subpopulations. From each stratum, obtain a simple random sample of size proportional to the size of the stratum. That is, the sample size for a stratum equals the strata.
Strata. Stratum.
Stratum. Stratum. Stratum. In stratified sampling, the strata are often sampled in proportional to their size, which is called proportional allocation. Procedure 1.3 Stratified sampling, systematic random sampling, cluster sampling. We often need to get creative in deciding how to deal with fractional strata sample sizes. You will be asked to do so in some of the exercises at the end of this section. Most large-scale surveys combine one or more of simple random sampling, systematic random sampling, cluster sampling, and stratified sampling. Such multi-stage sampling is used frequently by pollsters and government agencies. For instance, the U.S. National Center for Health Statistics conducts survey awards. Data collection is via multi-stage. For 42,000 households, information obtained from the service is published in the National Health Interview Survey. Worcester? 여론조사 요원
Holster.
벌스트 여론조사 요원 cylindrical pattern in the listing of the members of the population. Cyclic pattern. Ideally in cluster sampling, each cluster should contain each member of the population. Ideally in stratified sampling, the members of each stratum should be proportional relative to the characteristic under consideration. Should be homogeneous within and heterogeneous among them. Surveys that combine one or more of simple random sampling, systematic random sampling, cluster sampling, and stratified sampling employ what is called multi-stage sampling. The numbers corresponding to the members of the population that are included in the sample. Suppose that in step 2 of procedure 1.2 clusters SHA-1 and SHA-3 are selected. Determine the sample. Wait. Wait.
fact, I've whited out some typos. I don't know what animals think. You know? You ever knock over an ant pile? Isn't it amazing that they all start rebuilding it that second? They're all running around. You think, there'd be just a minute, where they'd all get upset. And you just knock it over. Oh, man! I don't believe it! Look at this! Even if most of them started working, there'd be a few hanging off to the side going, I ain't doing that again. Standing right there, just gonna knock it over.
I entered the service after I graduated high school because the dropouts already had the jobs. And I came out of the service and I entered Temple University, 1960, physical education major. I hear you laughing. A lot of people laugh at physical education. Ah, phys ed, you're dumb, Well, anyway, I was pretty smart, and I got this girlfriend. I met this girl, very brilliant girl, had an IQ of about 300,000 IQ. God, and a philosophy major, man. Oh, she was fantastic. Used to walk around the house saying, "Why is there air?" And I used to look at him. Any phys ed major knows why there's air. There's air to blow up volleyballs, blow up basketballs. You guys call me dumb for crying out loud. Walking around asking why there's air. But anyway, that's the thing to do when you're a freshman. Get yourself a brilliant girl to take care of you. She used to dress up like me and take my exams and everything. It's really beautiful. I bought a 1942 Dodge for $75, my whole life savings from the service. And I used to drive from her house. I lived in Philadelphia. I used to drive to Trenton, 40-mile drive. And it was during the wintertime, and when I bought the car, it had four bolt-headed tires. So I went out, and with the last couple of dollars I had, I bought a snow tire, and I put it on the right rear, and about 75 sandbags, for traction.
Stratify sampling 같으니 here is the stratify sampling divided the whole yes into 4 region or strata based on geography which are homogeneous within and heterogeneous themselves, then select the sample from
It's the kind of car I had, man. Beautiful. And I used to drive to her house and get to her house around 4 in the afternoon. And her parents, I think her parents wanted to get rid of her because as soon as I get there, they go upstairs, and take the dog with them too, They had one of these little dogs. They were very wealthy people. They had one of these little dogs in a house, about a 37,000 room house. And they had a dog was as big as my fist,
In one of his books that Sorensen, special counsel to President John F. Kennedy,
a guy with a one-room apartment, and he had to use somebody else's
presents
bathroom.
an internal biography of the instructor extraordinary man.
Like the dog would command him.
According to Sorensen, Kennedy read, "Never did keep President or the dirty dodging coming quickly to the White House. Whatever assembling design was Kennedy using in this case? Explain your answer."
And these people with this big house got this dog so small. What protection is it? You put your leg through the window of the dog. I know what it is.
Systematic random sampling. But the average dictated by the from of the dirty data. Kennedy chooses every 15 as a sampling from the population and the latter solo follows a cycle to choose the
I used to sit there and we would do about 3 minutes worth of homework and then we would cuddle up and start kissing. Oh, we would kiss for 12 hours, man. Just kiss everywhere. Kiss on the sofa, move to the TV set, kiss up on the whatnot shelf, underneath the refrigerator, all over the place. We're just kissing. You kiss so long until the inside of the mouth gets raw, and your lips swell up.
Litigation.
You better cut it out, all right?
Litigation.
Tell you what, first
Litigation.
one Eagles call.
Litigation. 소송.
I get in the
Litigation.
old Captain America car, you know, and I'm driving. And the whole time we were kissing, it snowed and the hail fell and everything, and the roads were frozen. So I'm driving and very sleepy, and I get so sleepy that I go into a world of fantasy, you know. I'm really tired. I would like to sleep now. I had another hour and a half drive, and it's ridiculous. Well, listen, you take a little nap if you want. Are you kidding? Well, look, the road's going straight, and right now I got the car pointed straight. I don't see why I can't take a little nap right now. I better not do it. A leaf blew in front of the car. Oh, I've hit a cow. I'm driving. And I'll never forget it. I took it up to 50. I was living dangerously, you know. And I went into a bad right skid. Whack! And as soon as I went into the skid, I tried to remember the safe driving manual, you know, to save your life. If you go into a skid, the safe driving manual says, if you go into a skid, turn in the direction of the skid. Which doesn't make sense at all to me, because that's like if a guy throws a left hook at you, you lean into it, you know. So forget it. I'm turning left and hitting the brake. Whack! Wound up going down the road 50 miles an hour sideways, which is a beautiful sight.
The answer to
going by like this, and if you want, you just turn right around. You don't have to steer. Just look out the side door, and if you have an accident, you can get out in a hurry, man. I love it. Like they don't build cars like that. And I hit a tree. As soon as I hit the tree, I remembered I'm in trouble because in my glove compartment I've got 10 old moving violation tickets, which are like savings bonds. The longer you keep them, the greater they mature, you know. And I figured I owe the city about $2 million. I know they're going to throw me in jail for life. So I push the car away from the tree, and I try and move it, and it won't move it out because the A-frame is falling out, see. Well, I didn't know what an A-frame was until I took it to a mechanic, and, you know, like, oh, your A-frame's falling out. Cost you $1 million. And that's the labor, you know, like, so I'm trying to move, and it won't, and I'm scared because the cops are going to catch me. I got to get out of here somehow, you know. Up comes the safety for all truck driver, gets out of the car. I didn't even ask him to help me. Starts to put 20 flares around the car. What the hell do you think this is, my birthday or something? Have you ever tried to blow out a flare? No, I'm sore on the outside and the inside. Now, all right, now the beautiful thing is the cops. Here come the, and they get out and they look at the thing, and the motor's in the front seat. Tree's leaning on a 45-degree angle, bark's all chewed out of it, and the tires are all flat, and 20 flares around the car. And this guy says, "What happened?" I said, "Well, I was driving along, and this tree jumped right out of the forest and bit my car, boy." They'd ask you that. No matter what, you could run over a guy and leave him under the car. And they goes, "All right, what happened?" Oh, well, the guy was sleeping, and he was cold, and I had nothing to cover him up, so I thought I'd use the car, you know. Don't protect him from something. Ridiculous, boy.
At Lowe's, we know your home is an expression of you, and we see you walking down these aisles of possibility, running your finger on that marble top Allen & Roth vanity, regularly $5.99, but now $3.49, and finding that perfect rattan pendant at an everyday low price of $99.98. In our showrooms of style, you'll find whatever you're into at a price you'll really get into. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate at Lowe's.com for details. Valid through 8/29/21, U.S. only.
Heard you're buying a car. I brought my calculator.
Dad, I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly, instead of all that.
You know those things impact your credit score.
Didn't impact my credit score, Dad. Now I'm going to the dealership for a test drive and to make the purchase.
Sounds too easy.
No, it's just easy. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/AutoNavigator.
Back to school season starts now. Shop smart at JCPenney. Shop styles kids love and stock up on essentials like select shorts for kids and juniors starting at $12.99. If it's uniforms you need, we've got polos in all the right colors and sizes starting at $9.99. Plus, update their personal space with select bedding sets, any size, only $49.99. Check out our weekend specials all day, Friday through Sunday. Plus, save an extra 20% with coupon. Weekdays are back in style. JCPenney offers a coupon valid through 7/18. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details. That's the sound of me prepping the grill with Reynolds Wrap. And the sound of me not doing dishes. And the sound of me spending more time outside with my family.
Easy prep, cook, and clean. Make time with Reynolds Wrap.
This is the smell of the leftover tuna fish sandwich you left in your lunchbox over the weekend.
Systematic
in a
random
wimpy
sampling.
trash bag.
Therefore, never systematic random sampling.
And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag. Smell the difference? Hefty Ultra Strong has Arm & Hammer with continuous odor control, so no matter what's inside your trash, you can stay one step ahead of stinky. And for bigger jobs, try the superior strength of Hefty Large Black Bags.
Heard you're buying a car. I brought my calculator.
Dad, I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly, instead of all that.
You know those things impact your credit score.
Didn't impact my credit score, Dad. Now I'm going to the dealership for a test drive and to make the purchase.
Sounds too easy.
No, it's just easy. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/AutoNavigator.
Did this, the metric system. It's coming into the USA, into use in the USA soon, and that means you and your lady will go down and cop a kilo of hamburger. Can you imagine cleaning up a key of hamburger? Roll one, smoke one, eat one, roll one, smoke one. You could always get a little bologna if you didn't have much bread. Make a bag of giblets. Don't get the meatloaf, man. Somebody stepped on it. Yeah, the meatloaf is covered with veal and pork, man. Grandma ham? Hey, want to do a couple of lines of ham? Yeah, all right. I get this gristle out of here, man. New York City, a consumer group measured all the hot dogs and what they had in them. And there are allowable levels of what's called filth. Yes. Food and Drug Administration has filth limits. And it's all part of our ever-increasingly interesting value system. But the filth thing is very small, and they're measured in bug parts, roach droppings, rodent hairs, okay? So they study all of these hot dogs, 16 brands in New York, and they get you 50% water, 99% fat, and you get all that large things, and then some stuff that looks like meat that a guy threw in while he was thinking of meat. Or looking at a picture of some meat. And then you got your filth, what you call your filth. And every one of the 16 brands had some choices of rodent hairs, roach droppings, bug parts. Which I think someday this means that eventually we will advertise hot dogs like cigarettes. Low tar, low nicotine. Yes, we have less roach droppings than the other leading brands. This is true.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm calling about the insulator job.
Insulator job?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Did you call before?
No, I didn't call before. Did you recognize the voice?
No, because I'm just asking. The person who is taking care is not here today.
Well, how about I tell you a little bit of information?
I don't know much about it, that's right.
Well, what do you know?
I know estimating.
Well, you know any estimating, huh? But you don't know about working with this insulation shit.
No, I don't know. I don't go to the job often doing the job.
And I can bet you don't, because you'd be itching your ass if you did, pal. That shit makes you itch. You know, you gotta wear long clothes, the breathers, the respirators, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
You got all that shit, that safety shit?
Excuse me?
You have all that safety equipment, because I'll need it.
Uh-huh.
I only work with safety equipment and a good firm. You don't fucking give me the little shit breathers. I gotta have the good stuff.
Okay, Betty. You got to call Monday.
You know? All right, well, tell me some information about yourself. Tell me what you do.
We do asbestos removal.
That's right. You do asbestos removal. I'm good with that. I'm good.
Okay?
Go ahead. Tell me more.
And that's all. And we do some boiler removal and pipes.
Sampling the resistance.
Bleaching and everything.
You do, huh? Very proud of you. That's very nice. And that's that's all you do, huh?
Yeah.
Look, I work with that shit so long I can eat the fucking shit. It doesn't bother me. I eat it, I put mustard on and eat the fucking shit. You hear where I'm coming from, babe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so call Monday.
Yeah, I'll call you Monday. Who should I get? What's your name?
Rollin.
What?
Rollin.
Rollin. I'll ask for you, and then you can put your fucking boss on with me, okay?
Okay.
And I'll straighten shit out over there, okay? See you then.
I know my wife doesn't think I'm a complete idiot because she let me put 2 babies inside of her, and she's very... And now she needs my help sometimes because we have a teenage boy living in our home and her body didn't go through those changes. Thank goodness. But mine did. So she's got to come ask the expert. When my son turned 13, she came in. She goes, "Oh, we have a teenager now. What are we going to do?" Well, we're going to knock. First and foremost, we are going to knock. Even if the door's open, reach around and give it a tap. Because he might be reaching around and giving it a tap. Because teenage boys are the most disgusting creatures on the face of the earth. Monkeys throw their own shit at you, and I'd rather be living with one of those. Because I'm scared to touch anything in my house, I open the refrigerator with my foot because I don't know if he had sex with him when I wasn't home. Because 98% of the guys in here got off the school bus before their parents got home from work, looked at that little space in between the couch cushions and thought, maybe. That might feel right. Oh, dear God. What is that, velvet? Some women are looking at me like I'm such an asshole and a creep. Enjoy your dildos, hypocrites. It's the same thing. You're fucking a not person. You think it's more Christian because God can follow the tracking number? My son came out of his room one day with some laundry, and he said, "Hey, I need to do this." My wife said, "Set it down, I'll do it." And he goes, "No, I'll probably do it." And she said, "I don't want you breaking the washing machine." And I said, "I don't want you sticking your hand in your own son's semen." That seems like something a woman would not forget about. It also seems like something that would make a woman feel less sexy. And if you take the sex away at my house, you can start dropping the kids off every other weekend at my new place. Because we had a deal. And that deal was I get to have sex with her forever, and she gets to twirl around in a white dress in front of her family one night. Best part was her dad financed the whole thing. How great is that? He paid for it. I call him the wingman. He has no idea what I'm talking about. He just gets all happy when I do. I'm like, "What's up, wingman?" "Yeah, I am the wingman, aren't I?" "You goddamn right you are." If he's ever on his deathbed, I'm going to lean out and just whisper, "Thanks for all the pussy." What did you say to him? I said, "He doesn't have to be strong anymore, just let go." And he trusts me, so he did it.
I love doing that joke because there's always one face in the audience. "You're going to hell." Those are the people I want to bump into in heaven, be like, "Hey, remember me? You're here?" "Yeah, Peter loves my stuff." I'm going to be doing a show down near the pearly gates later on. Pearly gates? Am I the only offense at all that heaven has gates? Gates? What kind of neighborhood is heaven in? When you die and you go to a gated community? Are the gates necessary? Yeah, we had a lot of kids sneaking in using the pool. Those gates weren't easy. We had to go down to hell, get a contractor and everything. Hey, I'm a contractor. In TV and films, whenever they show someone going to heaven, they'll show them going up an escalator. Like heaven's in a mall or something. Hey, can we stop by Orange Julius? That place isn't even open anymore.
Austin, man. You guys are on a short list of cities like Portland, Oregon, and Madison, Wisconsin, and Athens, Georgia, where it's like, you're this weird, like, magical fairy bubble of sanity in the middle of just fucking shit. I mean, no offense, but Jesus Christ. The fuck? Although you gotta be careful, because you either have to move away from here when you're really young, or stay here for life. You can't stay here till you're 38 and go, I'm gonna go out in the real world. No, you're not. You don't know how it works anymore. You mean I can't pay for sandwiches with a song? No, you can't. You literally can't. Nope. You mean the streets aren't made of marijuana? No, they're not. Not at all.
There are 435 representatives in the 113th sessions of the U.S. House of Representatives. On the website, you can find an alphabetized list of them.
Actually, you know what? That isn't even accurate. Because Sterling, Virginia,
The first representative listed is Robert Adler, a Republican from Alabama, and the last representative is listed Young, a Republican from Indiana. Supposedly,
shut the fuck up, go to bed.
suppose that in step 2 of procedure 1.1, the random number chosen is 12.
Minor threat and bad brains were happening. Oh, I didn't know about any of that shit. Because I was in Sterling, Virginia. What kind of topping would you like on your pizza? Anchovies, are you crazy? First album I bought with my
This
own money,
Corps of
Phil Collins, No Jack
Volunteers
That was the first
is an independent U.S. government agency that provides trained volunteers location assistance. According to PeaceCorps.org, as of September 2012, volunteers currently serve in about 76 different host countries. The average of a volunteer is about 28 years old. The following table reports the percentage of total volunteers serving by geography region.
You've been given a present from God. And the present is the test of the small town. And you pass the test, you pass it when you go, I'm leaving before I kill everyone and then myself. That's when you pass. You have passed. You fail when you go, I'll get a job at the Citgo and fill my truck up for free. Up, you fucked up. And the person who administers your test year after year until you can't take it and you leave is the movie critic on the local news. That's the guy whose job it is to keep everything relevant and cool and important away from you. So you have to get off your ass and go find it on your own initiative. And the guy we had, I owe this guy a dinner because he made me the pissy little world traveler I am today. Arch Campbell on the local NBC News outside of D.C. Oh my God. This guy, he would review movies. He would literally say stuff like,
You're also able to design a procedure for obtaining a stratified sample of evening pips.
Called the Road Warrior. Now let me get this straight. It's the future. There's no gasoline, but everyone's driving around in cars. I don't get it. No stars. Doesn't make sense. But all is not bleak at the multiplex. There's a wonderful new movie out. Not for the under 17s. It's a little surreal. But otherwise, 4 stars all the way for 3 men and a baby. Oh my goodness. Brilliant concept. It's 3 guys and then there's a baby and they shouldn't be. They don't know what they're doing. the title makes me laugh.
Stratified sampling.
And you finally knew when you had to leave when he
The
would do
Terry
his
Show.
year-end cultural wrap-up.
Systematic random sampling. The early part of 2005, the Terry case received national attention as Ross Spencer to have life support removed, and our parents also to maintain the life support.
There's always something that happened 2 blocks from his house. That got him excited.
The course allowed the life support to be removed and all that ensued. Our hero's poll of 1,010 US others was taken by telephone to determine how common it is for life support removed. Those questioned in the sample were asked, has one of your parents, a close friend, or a family member died in the last 10 years? Before I born, was this person any of these people kept alive by any support system? Did this person die while on a life support system, or had it been
Back to school season starts
withdrawn?
now. Shop
Respondents
smart
were
at
also
JCPenney.
asked
Shop
questions
styles,
about
kids
age,
love, and
sex,
stock up on
race,
essentials like select shorts
education,
for kids and
region, and
juniors starting at
household income to
$12.99. If it's
ensure
uniforms
that
you need,
results
we've got polos in
represented
all the right
a
colors and
cross-section
sizes
of
starting at
US
$9.99.
adults.
Plus, update their personal space with select bedding sets, any size, only $49.99. Check out our weekend specials all day, Friday through Sunday. Plus, save an extra 20% with coupon. Weekdays are back in style. JCPenney offers a coupon valid through 7/18. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision.
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One and a member FDIC.
Canada Assembly design was used in a survey. Explain your answer. If 78% of the respondents answered the first question in the affirmative, what is the approximate sample size for the second question?
American made with a 90-year heritage, Mansfield is reliable, easy to install, and it's a great value. Mansfield toilets are available for just $149 every day at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online. Lowe's, the new home for pros. U.S. only. Get your next job off to the right start at Lowe's.
A simple random sample, because 1,010 were taken by telephone on April 21 to determine about the life supporting systems. The sampled telephone numbers are selected on a random basis. We are given that 78% of the 1,000.
Only at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Valid through 7/23, U.S. only.
Welcome to Parent Teacher Night. Oh, yes, Miss Garner.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you earn unlimited double miles everywhere.
Really? My airline credit card only gets extra miles on some types of purchases.
And you can use Capital One Venture Miles on any travel purchase. Plus, earn 100,000 bonus miles when you spend $20,000 in your first year.
Venture gets an A+.
Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Limited time
What's
offer.
in
Terms
your
apply.
wallet?
See CapitalOne.com for details.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm a comic. My dream when I was a kid, I always wanted to be on a game show. Like game shows. But what happened to game shows? It's like, it's fucking lame. They're not like games anymore, you know what I mean? Like the new games, like I watch like Deal or No Deal. Like, what is that? It's just a guy pointing the fucking briefcase. Yeah, is that one? Oh, what about that one? Is there money in there? What about down there? Is there money in there? Okay, what about up there? Is that one? Is there money in that one? What about that one? What about that center one? Is there money in that one? What about over there? It's not a game. Like the Wheel of Fortune is a game. Dude, I am a wheel watcher.
In simple random sampling, when samples of a given size are equally likely, is that true in systematic random sampling?
That my car didn't have
Explain
regular
your
wheels, it
answer.
just had Wheels of Fortune. Just giant wheels. That would be so baller, dude. Just driving down the street like But I always realized like I could never be on that show because I would get too mad if I went bankrupt. I would fucking lose my mind. Why don't people react? I was watching the other day, guy like 20 grand, and they're like, woo! Sorry, John, I got into 0. The guy's like, all right, thanks. Hey, it's sure spin, buddy.
First, we divide the population size by the
Sell 20
sample
grand in a
size,
second. I'd
and
be
we
like,
denote the rounding number as n. Then we select a random number between 1 and n. So here we are applying simple random sample.
I would lose my mind. The funny thing about the Wheel of Fortune, they gotta up the money on that wheel. Every other game show's giving away like millions of dollars. Wheel of Fortune still has $150 like on the wheel. People like try to still be excited about it. They're like, all right, $150. The guy's like, great. Do you have 200 T's by chance so I can make some fucking money on the show? That'd be great. And I would cheat, dude. I would cheat. Nobody ever cheats. You're only on it once. Who cares? Just try. It wouldn't even be that hard. Be like, Nick, it's your turn. All right. Can I get a B? Sorry, there are no B's. I said P. I think I know what I said, Pat. I mean, I fucking said it. What am I, an asshole now? And I was like, no, all right, sorry. Stop yelling at everyone. And they always give away the same stuff. Obviously, it'd be funny if they gave away things that people wouldn't expect to win. Because they always expect to win the car and the trip, to switch it up, just to see what they do. So they're like, congratulations, John, you win your very own wolf. That's right, it's a beautiful, healthy wolf. But that's not all, you also win a gun.
System is random sampling.
Trip to Iraq.
Simple random
It's
sampling.
like, whoa. Did I lose? What the fuck is happening? Is that a real wolf? I can't have a wolf in my house.
Let's consider the populations of 6 success used respectively, and we want to use those.
So I did move to Los Angeles 2 days before the big earthquake. Whew, that was not.
You could allocate the first two numbers.
I'm from the Midwest. I never thought about
You then generate a number, random start between, and control the school populations by multiplication.
Very ugly choice to have to make at 4:30 in the morning, boy. Big old brick to my head or my white butt running down this street looking for. I think I'll just sit here and wait for the dogs.
In simple random sampling, it is also true that each member of the population is equally likely to be selected. But just for each member being equal to the sample size divided by the population size,
my friends like, hey, boy, you learn
so that
Spanish
this
because
fact
I
is
formed
also
English.
true
What
for
are the odds I'm
stratified
a whole other
random
language at this
sampling
point?
proportional.
They got those border checks. Don't ever goof around with those people. Guy goes, ma'am, do you have anything in the trunk? I go, besides the Mexicans? Yeah, that was a 2-hour little yuck. Oh, yeah. He went through my golf bag. Oh, yes, I have 100,000 pygmy midget Mexicans. They're going to paint my house for $1. Let them go.
Divide the population into subpopulations. From each stratum, obtain a simple random sample of size proportional to the size of the stratum. That is, the sample size for a stratum equals the total sample size times the stratum size divided.
I think CNN goes way out of their way to talk to them.
Use all members obtaining.
Well, they found our flood representative. Sitting in Texas watching CNN live, St. Louis, Missouri. There's our guy. He's sitting on the porch, 18 feet of flood water. He's got his hat on that says, "Who farted?" His pigs were up on the roof. Even the pigs knew there was something really wrong. They go out in a boat to interview the man. Hello, sir, we're from CNN. We're just kind of wondering, like, what the hell are you still doing out here? It's like, oh, well, hell. I just didn't know when a good time to leave would be. Well, Bubba, here's a tip-off. When you see carp in your family room, you try to feel sorry for everybody, but something's hard. I mean, this guy built his house on stilts, on a floodplain, right next to the Mississippi River, and cannot believe he got flooded. He is just as surprised this year as he was last year. Then we go get him, he won't come with you. Look, sir, brought up to boat, we're here to rescue you. Come on, let's go. Oh, well, I ain't leaving. Can't leave. Because the minute I leave here, don't you know what's going to happen? Looters. Sir, what do you think? There's like 5 guys in scuba outfits coming out to get your who farted at? Let it go. Get you another one at the fair. We've had so many natural disasters. Some people are starting to panic and think it's a biblical sign of the end of the world. Seriously, they're calling the talk shows and quoting the Bible. I'm Catholic. We don't read the Bible, so I have no idea if these people are telling the truth or not. Thank you. That's people. If you're not Catholic, I'm serious. We don't read the Bible. When we're in church, we read the bulletin. That's. Much more important to find out who's dead and what's for lunch. So I can't quote the Bible, but I think I know when people are totally making stuff up. One lady in the Donahue audience stood up. She goes, "You want to know why there's flooding in the Midwest, Phil? I'll tell you why there's flooding in the Midwest. It's right there in the Bible. God don't want riverboat gambling." Oh, no, you made that up, ma'am. Sit down. That's a bunch of crap. You couldn't have just hid the dice. Right. Okay.
As you mentioned earlier, tomatoes for obtaining information.
Dave Williamson!
Thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate it. This is cool, man. This is so exciting. I'm really excited to be here. But to be fair, I'm excited anytime I get to leave my house after 6 p.m. Doesn't happen very often anymore. Because my wife and I have 2 little baby boys at home. Oh, yeah. And you know it's going to happen. Your friends with kids try to warn you. Listen, bro. Once you have kids, your social life is going to disappear. But that's not entirely true. Because my wife and I get invited to more parties than ever. We get invited on SpongeBob SquarePants invitations, and party starts at 2 p.m. for some 3-year-old doesn't care that I'm there. But still, that's a party. I'm going. I get excited when those invitations show up in the mail.
Sampling and experimentation. Sampling and experimentation. In sections 1.2 and 1.3, it discussed some of the basic principles and techniques of sampling. Now we do the same for experimentation. Principles of experimental design. I don't know you.
You have to bring your own liquor to these parties. They do not supply it. If you're trying to be sneaky, it's hard pouring vodka into a Capri Sun. That's tough pour. Can't set your Smirnoff wild berry surfing punch pouch down for a second, because some kid will pick it up thinking it's his. Next thing you know, we got a mess in the bounce house. And you got to make fun of your buddy Jerry why his kid's such a lightweight. Just like his daddy. Family of pussies. I try to match up the kind of liquor I'm going to bring with the theme of the kids' party. It makes opening the invitation more fun. There we go. Little Billy's having a pirate party. I get to drink rum that day. Oh, cowboy party. Whiskey. Oh, you get it. Try this one, all right? Ah, Dora the Explorer. Tequila. Close. Magic backpack full of tequila. You don't need a special map to find a buzz that day. Next thing you know, you're wasted chasing a house cat around called a baby jaguar. I don't care if that's from Diego. It makes sense to you at that point. One time I got so drunk and confused at a kid's party by all the decorations, that for a good 45 minutes I convinced myself that I was Winnie the Pooh. My wife found me in the kitchen rummaging through their pantry, eating peanut butter out of a jar with my bare hands like it was honey out of a pot, just wiggling my ball. wearing a red shirt, no pants. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, you can't have any, Piglet. Never call your wife Piglet. Does not help the situation. And then they had a storyteller that they had hired to entertain the children. She was in the next room leading them in a little story time chant. Them boys and girls, Thomas the train went, chug, 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 chug. I came stumbling in. Chug, 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 chug. Oh shit, wrong room. You guys seen Winnie the Pooh's pants? I'll find it.
A little older, right? You ever get to the point in your life when you're like, I met enough people? I think I might be there. My friend Kurt called me today. He goes, yeah, man. You gotta meet my buddy Paul. I'm like, nah, I don't want to meet Paul. But I did. We all went to lunch, me and Kurt and Paul. First thing Paul says to me, he goes, yeah, Greg, I like to work hard and play hard. I'm like, yeah, I knew I wasn't going to like Paul. Then he asked me, what about you, Greg? You like to work hard and play hard? I don't know, Paul. I've never been in a light beer commercial before. What does that mean? Let me guess. You work an extra 15 minutes at the office, then you and your two buddies from accounting go to Applebee's and split a pitcher of beer. That's not working hard and playing hard, Paul. I know this guy in Houston. He works on an oil rig. They go out in the ocean. They drill oil like 18 hours a day, 30 days at a time. Then he comes home with like 15 grand in his pocket and blows it all on hookers and booze in about 4 hours. That is working hard and playing hard, Paul. Some guy just said, rock and roll. Roll, man. Work hard, play hard. You gotta be, you know what, Kurt? I would be introducing me to people if I were you. I got like 50 friends. You're number 50. If I have to like Paul, he's in, you're out. It's hard making friends when you get older. When you're a kid, it's innocent. You say, hi, you're nice, I'm nice, let's be friends. And when you're an adult, you're a scumbag, basically. You have ulterior motives. You just do. Right? Somebody's like, hey, this is Steve. You're thinking, oh, yeah. I wonder what Steve can do for me. Steve's got a boat. Steve! I like you, Steve.
A large number of women were recruited for the study to make likely that the octopus created by randomization would be similar, and also to increase the chances of detecting
There were
any.
3 kids in front of the Christmas tree. It was nice. I didn't talk to them for a whole year. The next year, I got a Christmas card from them. It was just their 3 kids in front of the Christmas tree. I was like, oh no. Toby and Michelle died. And their kids are raising themselves and sending out Christmas cards.
In the language of experimental design, which normally the colleagues study some experimental meaning or a subject. More generally, we have the following definition. Experimental units. Subjects. In a design experiment, the individuals or items on which the experiment is performed are called experimental units. And the experimental units are units that some subject is simultaneously in place of the experimental.
Shop in store or online. Lowe's, the new home for pros. U.S. only.
Your cousin from Boston. Me and Billy here, drinking this new Sam Adams Wicked Hazy IPA. Wicked what? Wicked Hazy. Wicked what? Wicked Hazy.
We have introduced us experimental unit and treatment. We can present the 3 basic principles of design. Now that we have introduced the terms experimental unit and treatment, we can present the 3 basic principles of experimental design. Experimental design, experimental design, experimental design, experimental design, experiment
And
design.
while you're at it, add some new DeWalt accessories to your toolbox. Visit the Lowe's store today for the largest selection of
The
DeWalt
following
power tools and
principles of
accessories.
experimental
Lowe's,
design
the
enable
new
a
home for
researcher to
pros.
conclude that differences in the results of an experiment are reasonably attributable to chance are likely caused by the treatment.
Much needed coffee maker and everything else to complete your dorm. Just search to style from start to finish. Create your look with affordable decor and free and flexible delivery options on HomeDepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
The following principles of experiment enable a researcher to conclude that differences in the
There's something I've always wanted to tell you.
control randomization application. A sufficient number of experimental units should be used to ensure that randomization creates groups that resemble each other closely and increases the chances of detecting any differences among the treatments.
Do you mind?
The experimental units should be randomly divided into groups to avoid institutional selection bias in constituting groups. Two or more treatments should be compared. One of the most common
because the other day I bought a milkshake and all these fucking boys came into my yard and I was like, get out of my yard, boys, this is for me. And I don't even own a yard, I just have like a condo, but they built a yard and just fucking sat there loitering and I'm like, this is bullshit. 4 of you get that. There's a song out. There's a song out right now. Little Milk Shizake Kington. What else? I don't know. I don't like Puffy Daddy either. He'll take like 80s hit songs and then rap over it. It's like trying to listen to David Bowie's Let's Dance, but with an annoying friend in the car.
기억이 안 나요.
If you say run, I'll run with you. I'm gonna kill you, bitch. Be quiet.
Right.
Remember Pillsbury? They had fucking great commercials. Did the Pillsbury Doughboy just dancing around on people's counters and they were totally cool about it? Pillsbury Doughboy just shows up in people's houses and ladies are living like mine to Mr. Strudel. And the lady in the house is like, oh, Pillsbury Doughboy, it's so normal you're here. No, it's not. It's a 2-inch tall fucking guy on your counter, and he's so excited about nothing, they'll just be pulling cookies out of an oven, and he'll be like, cookies! Like, you can't believe cookies come out of a fucking oven. First of all, what a dick. That's his fucking friends in there, you guys. That's his friends in the oven. You guys are all friends of mine, and if anyone pulled you out of an oven, I won't yell cookies, I swear to God. I'll be like, Steve or Gary, get out of the oven, it's hot, and you shouldn't be in it because it's an oven.
A specified treatment is called the treatment group. The group receiving placebo is called the control group. Treatment group, control group, treatment group, control group. The folic acid study, the waning of the folic acid constituted the treatment group, and those women who took only trace elements constitute the control group. Terminology of experimental design.
You can't make that kid happy.
In the folic acid study, those researchers were interested in the effect of folic acid on measurable defects. Where defect classification is response variable for this study.
Thanks! That's really weird shit, you guys. But someone apparently found that offensive and wrote a letter because they changed the commercial. Her mouth's still saying Arnold's Bun's cute, but it's different words instead now. She goes, Mom, aren't these dogs fun? But the weird part is the Pillsbury Doughboy still looks at his fucking ass, you guys. And he looks at his ass and he turns back around and he goes, good dog! What kind of shitty editing is that? Is it a dog in his ass? Is that what you're saying? By the way, why do beer companies always advertise how cold their beer is? Wouldn't that be up to us? Like, Coors Light's like, when you want a beer that's really cold, I'm like, yeah, if I put it in the fridge, asshole, otherwise, that's my choice, is it not? I like partying. I'm definitely a big partier. I like partying a lot. I think that when you're drunk, your insults are way more creative. You know what I mean? Like, I was at a party the other day and I watched a girl go up to a guy and this is what she said.
The characteristic of the experimental outcome that is to be measured or
already was so
observed.
weird to say, right? And the guy goes, why? And she goes, because you're just as important.
Vector, a variable whose effect on the response variable itself interest in the
I thought that might
experiment.
be the funniest thing I'd ever heard until later that night when she prank called her
The possible values of a vector. The possible
Hey, this
values
is
of a
Diane
vector.
calling from the hospital. I just want you to know that your
Treatment.
ex-girlfriend Mia was killed today.
Each
She was helping
experimental
retards and one of them
condition
exploded.
For one factor is paramount, the treatments are the level of the single factor. For a multi-factor is paramount, each treatment is a combination of levels of the factors.
I'm so glad you're on it.
You guys have your weird stuff too. I recently noticed about guys. I noticed that every guy I've ever known, somewhere in his house or apartment or whatever, has a jar that's full of coins. What the fuck is this? The last guy I dated, I was like, oh, maybe he like collects coins, or maybe that's like his laundry money. No, that was his bank account, okay? Like, what are you, a pirate? I don't understand. I think cheap guys. I think that's a problem. I recently had a guy, I swear to God, asked me out on a date to go get coffee. Is that happening now, Plaid Shirt? Is that happening? You're doing that with girls now? You're not straight. No way. What is this shirt? What are we doing here? What are we doing? You're fucking on TV. What are you doing? You're fucking killing me right now. And you don't even try to laugh. This is worse. Do you see how hot these girls are? You're fucking blowing it. This is never gonna happen. No, I like it. You're sexy. Are you single? Too much cum in your mouth? Can't talk? No, seriously, I swear to God, I had a guy ask me out on a date to go get coffee. How cheap is that? He's like, hey, do you want to, like, maybe go get some coffee later? I was like, sure. You know, they really good coffee. This place is called a Morton's Steakhouse. You piece of shit. I love a little coffee with my lobster. Let's go. And then I'm such an idiot that I went on the coffee date. It was like 4 in the afternoon. And I showed up to go, like, I went up to the counter to pay for my coffee. It was like $1.70 or something. And I go to pull out my wallet. He cuts in front of me. He goes, no. I got it. Well, you need some coins from your freaking jar? Is that how you're... Women are cheaper than men, though. It's not even that we're cheap. We just never expect to pay for anything, right? So much so, we have mastered the art of something that I like to call the pump fake. Which is when the bill comes to the table, we'll just stick our hand in our purse. Just move it around for as long as we have to until you guys sign the check. We're not grabbing anything. We're just shuffling shit around. Just getting stabbed by pencils. If it's a small purse, we'll just do that. And if it's a clutch, we'll just finger bang it as long as we have to. That's when you put a finger in someone's vagina.
Yeah, I drink. That's my vice of choice is drinking. I smoke weed occasionally, but this is what happens. When I drink, I'm able to be in the moment. When I smoke weed, overanalyze the moment, which is not good to do during sex. Because if I'm drunk and having sex, I'm thinking, yeah, this is cool. But if I'm high during sex, I'm thinking, yeah, why she let me do this to her? What was her childhood like? What's her relationship with her father? Does she let everybody smash this fast? I started doing weird stuff doing high sex, like counting my strokes and a 1 up, a 2 up. That's not a good mindset to do. I tried cocaine in college. It was too intense. I went to this party, coked up. As soon as we got there, this girl threw a beer in my friend's face. I freaked out. Fucking slap that bitch, man! Just threw a beer on you, now you slap her! Yeah, but relax. If I slap her, those 5 dudes over there don't kick my ass. Yo, you just slap her. I'll worry about the rest. And I never want to feel like that again. There's no reason for me to be telling you to slap a woman and I can beat up 5 people. That's not unnecessary sensation. I don't need it in my life at all. There's no place for it. But I'll be lying if I told you that cocaine never brought any beautiful moments.
The experimental units are the catchy used in the study. The response variable is weight gain. The factors are hydrophilic polymer and irrigation region.
I don't discriminate. She just seemed not into the whole situation at first. Once the cocaine got into her, turns out she was pretty cool. I didn't do any cocaine with it, but sometimes it can soften up. You dig? And the last thing I need in my hotel room is 2 angry, coked out, horny girls screaming at me, Hannibal, what's wrong with it? I don't know. Can everybody just be quiet for a little bit, please? Everybody just quiet down. There's some drinks in the other room.
The responsive variable is weekend. The vectors are hydrophilic primer is just 2 levels and up. Irrigation regime has 5 levels, no light to medium, heavy, and very heavy. Each treatment is a combination of a level of hydrophilic primer and a level of irrigation regime. Table open A indicates 10 treatments for this experiment. In the table, we abbreviated very heavy as mixed heavy.
Yelp review right there. I'll be back to that Residency in Marriott. 3-star hotel, 5-star service. That's what really matters.
Just want people to think for 2 goddamn seconds before they shit some question out their word hole. This whole there's no such thing as a stupid question bullshit ends in high school.
Completely randomized design. Completely randomized design. Randomization. Completely randomized design. Control randomization. Replication. A completely randomized design or the experimental units are assigned randomly among all the treatments.
Excuse me, is that the elevator?
Although the completely randomized design is commonly used, simple design.
Are you shitting me? What other door looks like this? No, matter of fact, I want you to name another fucking door that opens magically from the middle and has 2 buttons on the side. Name it! You think people are walking in there and disappearing? Is this an episode of Star Trek? No. That's probably the goddamn elevator, isn't it? I was in San Bernardino, California in August. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 118 degrees outside. At 7 o'clock that evening, the young lady I was with asked me if I thought she'd need a jacket. I'm a comic, so sometimes when people hang out with me, they try a little hard to be funny. It's awesome. Thought maybe this is one of those times. So being a gentleman, I said, hey, you fucking with me? She said, no. Do you think it'll be chilly? It's 118 degrees 3 hours ago. Do you have any idea what kind of meteorological event would have had to occur for the temperature to drop 60 degrees in 3 hours?
By blocking, you can isolate and remove the variation in driving distances between men and women and thereby make it easier to detect any differences in driving distances among the 5 branches of golf balls. Additionally, blocking permits us to analyze separately the differences in driving distances among the 5 branches for men and women.
Like, this is where I'm at socially. If to explain where I'm at on the social spectrum, I recently said God bless you to a cat. Like, I was alone in a room with a cat for a while. Like, not even just a brief moment, like an incident. Like, this was a whole afternoon. Not my room, not my cat. But I was fine with this arrangement. Like, this is what I can handle. Me and somebody else's cat, both of us just staring at walls, looking for answers. And the cat sneezed, and then it was quiet. And that's what made it worse. So if it would have just sneezed, it would be like, oh, God bless you. And then, well, you don't need that. You're a cat. We would have laughed. It would have been fun. But instead, there was a sneeze. And then it was just that moment of just me saying, like, how do I play this right now? Do I say something? I was raised right. I have loving, porno shopping parents that instilled values in me. It's like, yeah, but it's a cat. Fuck it, I'm going for it. So I turned to it. It's like, God bless you, cat. I didn't even know its name. I was just opening up for once. It's like, God bless you, cat. And the cat turned and looked at me, because that's what cats do. They look at the origin of sound. But they have very judgmental
We have
faces.
just scratched the surface of this vast and important topic to which entire closure.
So everything in that cat's expression was like, why would you say that?
Further discussion of experimental design is provided in the chapter Design of Experimental Analysis of Variance in the Regulation.
That requires blessings from deities. Let me ask you something. Did you say God bless you because you want me to be blessed after the sneeze? Or because you just put on this outward parade of politeness? Because you know deep down inside you think you're a bad person. But if you wear this mask of kindness with pleases and thank yous and God bless you to cats, nobody will get close enough to realize that you think you're a bad person. Am I right? Of course I'm right. I'm a cat. I can see your soul. Did you know I was worshipped as a god already in ancient Egypt? Look at a sphinx, dude. That's me. I'm already a god. That means I get to bless myself. That's one of the benefits of being your own god. It comes in handy. I'm covered in cat hair and I sneeze all the time. I might be allergic. You think comedians don't like themselves? I'm a god that made myself in my own image, but I made myself allergic to myself. Why don't you explore self-hatred when I can't even stand to be in the same room with my physical body? I got so caught up, but it was like, you gonna fuck yourself, cat? But if you were just a fly on the wall in that room, you saw a grown man go, God bless you, cat. You gonna fuck yourself, cat. And that's why I'm not running around striking up conversations with people, because this is where I'm at with the animal kingdom right now, and it's not going so smooth. See? Or I don't know how to keep my enthusiasm in check. Like, I get too excited, and I don't know, and I just turn into, like, Lenny with the bunnies, and I just don't know how to handle things. People are like, lovely weather we're having. I'm like, you want to be a friend? I just pulverize it before it can blossom.
Here's a pro tip. You won't want to miss the Just for Pros event at Lowe's. Now through July 23rd. Power all of your toughest jobs and save with guaranteed tough DeWalt power tools. Take your pick of over 200 DeWalt 20-volt power tools and hit the job site with the hard-working tools you need. And while you're at it, add some new DeWalt accessories to your toolbox. Visit a Lowe's store today for the largest selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Valid through 7/23, U.S. only. Get your next job off to the right start at Lowe's during our Just for Pros event now through July 23rd. Save $70 on the Bosch Freak 18-volt 2-in-1 impact driver kit with bonus accessories. Was $219 and now just $149. Or get